Hello there. For the children's message this week, I want to talk a little bit about the season of the church year that we have begun. So yesterday, Ash Wednesday, February 17th, was the beginning of a season in the church year called Lent. Quite a few weeks ago, I was showing you around the sanctuary and talking about the different colors, and I asked you what color we go to for the season of Lent, and I had one person send me an answer, and he was correct with purple. It was my father-in-law. Congratulations, David, you win. So it's Lent, and things in the church are purple. So if you come to service this week, or if you watch the video, the worship service on Sunday morning, you'll see the purple. So what always happens in our Bible lessons, in our gospel lesson on the first Sunday of Lent, is Jesus is in the wilderness, and he's tempted by the devil, and it's a really hard time, but the special thing about it is that through it all, God is with him. He feels God's love and God's support and the encouragement that he can make it through that time and go on to do all the things that God has planned for him. So as I was thinking about that story this week, this book of, who did I borrow it from? I think I borrowed it from Annika, but I think it was originally given to Axel. This book, Where the Wild Things Are, came to mind. And so I want to read this story. I think I'm going to read it upside down because there are lots of cool pictures. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind, and another. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to his bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. And in and out of weeks, and almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared, and their terrible roars, and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes, and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with a magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Oh. I wonder if this is what it was like in the wilderness for Jesus. What do you think? Look at all this. It's kind of scary. I don't know what I think about this situation. Lots of wild things. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then, all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. There he is, sad. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye. Goodbye, wild things. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And it was still hot. I like this book so much, Where the Wild Things Are, Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. I like this book so much because it just reminds me of God's love for us. There might be some hard things. There might be some wilderness times, like what we hear about Jesus enduring. But the promise from God is that God will be with us. Just like how Max's mom had supper right there for him. That's what God does for us. So I'm at my house today. Last time I was at my house, I told you I would show you my dog and then I forgot. So, why can't I flip? I'm gonna do that today. She's kind of grumpy because I put her in her crate. Here's my doggie. Hi. Hi, Ruby. She's gonna take a nap. Okay, have a good week. We'll see you guys later.